Look at this beautiful red sun rising in the morning. Good morning from Jerusalem. I hope somebody shares these pictures with the Carmelites on the Mount of Olives, the sisters, and they can see their wonderful church tower of the Our Father Church embraced by the sun, shielded by the sun, illuminated by the sun. What a gift to have the sun every morning. I need to go this direction to keep the sun in relationship to the tower. There we go. Today we have wonderful readings about the core substance of daily life for the majority of humanity. The great challenge of daily life. Today our world has a lot of solitude, a lot of people alone, isolated, on their own, lonely. And we were made to be together. Our essence is togetherness. In relationship. With our relatives, with those related to us. And this has wonderful deep origins for us who believe in the Creator, that He's deeply involved with our reality, made in His image and likeness as we are. And because God is community in Himself, for us Christians, this is very developed thought. Then we are also in community with each other. We are created in His image and likeness, proceeding forth from the one origin, the one beginning. And there's also thought about that in the second reading, because we have the extra reading on Sundays. So we have, oops, sorry, I'm looking at the other readings right now. So here we have the Franciscans ringing in 6:45. The Dome of the Rock, the Dome of the Rock. So now I'm going to just zoom out a little bit there, it'll be easier. And then I can focus on these readings for a second. all have one origin. That's a line in the second reading. All have one origin. And that origin, that deepest origin, is from creation. And in the familiarity with this source of our life, with the Almighty, who is also so rich, holy, holy, holy. Actually, even the Hebrew language captures this in the plural name for God, Elohim. It's a plural word. Very interesting. I learned something new this morning in the commentary I was listening to from a wonderful German scholar, Dr. Nina Herremann, a professor out in San Francisco. And she explained about the word that Adam was alone and didn't have a suitable companion. And God said he would make a helper for Adam. In the English translation, we have a suitable partner. The original word in Hebrew is helper, but it's helper in a very special sense, that it is a word that's only used for God himself, who helps us. And the word is hidden inside another name we have, Lazarus. And right there where the sun is rising, maybe a few moments earlier, just as before was rising before the Our Father Tower, a little bit more to the left there where we see it right now. Right back there is Bethany, the home of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. And the name Lazarus, the Hebrew version of that name is Eliezer. My God is my help. Eliezer, my God, help. Help me, God. So help me, God. We often have this expression. And apparently the only time, with one or two very special exceptions, that the word Ezer is used in the Bible is always when God is helping. And God wants to make an Ezer, a help for Adam. And so it's God himself comes to help Adam through his equal, not somebody from the earth, but from his very flesh. It's not like the animals that come from the earth, but from his very flesh, from his very person. There's obviously a lot of great meaning in those words, and a lot of study one can do. And I think the understanding about marriage, which is the dominant theme of the readings today, the major understanding of marriage is clear to everybody. I think it's like the major understanding about peace is clear to everybody. The problem is doing peace, living peace. The absolute vast majority of people don't want war. So we know let's say the theory, but what about the practice? How do we prepare people today for marriage? How are we going to start? What's the right age to prepare people for marriage? And maybe the best answer is before they're born. In the very womb, in the love that father and mother give the child. And that love is the mutual love they have for each other. It's the greatest gift they can give the child, is their mutual love. But we're in a situation today where we have much brokenness, so many broken families. And that's the real situation. It's like the situation of peace in our world. And maybe those things are not disconnected. Actually, maybe they're not disconnected at all. To be able to live together with another person, for men and women to establish a family. Men and women are so different, different sensitivities, different priorities in many practical things. And to be able to live a life together. And one of the challenges we probably have today is individualism, that we expect and want a very independent lifestyle. And our technological developments enable that. Our procurement of food, our conservation of food, our ability to travel, our ability to develop talent. Theoretically, you could self-educate through YouTube or online work. And we can develop patterns of life that avoid the other, because the other is also a big challenge. How to measure up to another person. It's a very big challenge to respect the freedom of the other person and to be there to help the other person, to cherish the other person. Not just when they're successful in the limelight, winning trophies, liked by everybody, but when they're in the dumps, when they're down, when their health is failing. And how does somebody learn that? How does somebody learn that ability? Also to deal with changing psychological situations and attitudes. That's learned from childhood. Siblings, they're taught by their parents how to respect each other, to recognize the dignity of each person. It can't be improvised. We don't improvise writing or reading or driving a bike or finding our way to the station. We learn all these things with appropriate training. How do we reach maturity for marriage? How can we contribute today practically for marriage? And we all can help. We know it's such an incredible reality. It bookends the entire sacred scriptures. It starts with marriage. Adam and Eve and their union, one flesh, is the crowning of all of creation, of all of physical creation. And at the end of the Bible, we have the wedding feast of the Lamb. Every act of kindness, every act of respect, and particularly a couple who are blessed with children, mom and dad, the way they respect each other, the way they wait for each other, the way they come to help each other, the way they are sensitive to each other. The child is learning. The way they talk about each other, in each other's presence, in each other's absence. And And so children learn the culture of family life. What can you do today to help lay foundations, sow seeds for somebody in the family, for a child, to give support to a couple, maybe they're going through hard times, to help them to persevere, to help them to make a go of it, to help moments of reconciliation, which can be very precious and costly to our pride. We'll continue talking about this at the Mass this morning at 8:15. It's almost 7. I wish you many blessings today in your families. Maybe we need to be very grateful for all that we've received in our families, and also turn to God for the help we need to be a great blessing in our families and in all those around us. It's a big challenge. Our world isn't easy. The situation isn't easy, but with God's help it's possible, and a lot of redemption is at hand to do that. God bless you. God bless your families today.